Hi folks, welcome to my humble homestead in the forest. And today I want to share with you um, my review of this particular generator, but also to tell you what a generator is. If you're planning on moving to somewhere where I am, and as you know, I'm mostly off the grid, you'll likely need this machine. It's called a generator, and basically what it is that it's a motor, so it's an engine like your car would. What it does is that you turn it on, and they come in different fuel um, uh, capabilities. Like in this case, this is gas, like you put in your car. But they also come in propane, which is a gas tank that you use for your barbecue, or natural gas, which you use to maybe heat your house. And some of them can use all three, some use two. This one's just basically just gas. This is called the Champion um, 4450 starting watts and 3550 running watts. It's just like inverter would, like a peak and whatever. You can tweak it to be able to give you more power or less power, and or how hard it works will also depend on how much gas you use. You plug in we plug this in, that goes into our house to top up our batteries, which is really all we need it for. But you also can plug it into your household items like your lights or your fridge or whatever. What most people use this around the globe is when there's at times of hurricanes or blackouts or things like that, so that the freezer, what they have in their freezers and fridges or air conditioners or whatever, this helps them with that. How they measure the age of these things is not how you would think, like with most things, like a car would. They measure this by hours, number of hours that it's run. In this case, this has under 500 hours, and that's in a few years that we've had it, and that's about the average. So now I don't know if you can continuously run this for how many hours. Then again, obviously it depends on how much gas you have in there, how often. I mean, it doesn't run for 24 hours. I think it may run for 3 hours before you have to refuel, and then you turn it off, and then maybe you can turn it on again. I don't know if it needs any rest periods. I never use this for what most people use it for. All we use it for is at this time of year, it's November now, so between now and for the next 2 months, maybe possibly 3 months, if we have too many gray days in a row, then our battery bank drops, and I don't want it to go below a certain level. Especially if you have lead acid batteries, those old ones like the Edison ones that you have to add distilled water to. They really don't like going under 40% or so. We've recently changed our lithium-ion battery. We switched to lithium-ion batteries, and I'm told they can go down to 0, and you can bring them back up. Well, one thing to remember is that once anything goes down to 0, it takes time to bring it back up. So what we do with this, when we have few days of cloudy, overcast days in a row, we bring the batteries back up to a certain level, maybe 40%, something like that, 50%, and then we rest. And that takes this maybe an hour or two. So when I say 500 hours over the however number of years, it's got average use. Now, different companies make different ones, like Honda, Genrec. There are different people that make Hyundai even. But today's review is on this. And incidentally, this is not a sponsored video, so this is the one that I own. So I'm just going to bring the camera closer so you don't need to see me, but I can show you what I recently had to do to it, and what to maybe you look out for. Well, here we are, folks. I've turned it around so you can actually see the other side of it. back there. I was showing you the front of it. This is the back of it. And when I say back of it, it's the other side. This is the back of it. I guess the engine is there. There's a spark plug like your car would have. And this unit is its muffler. Air filter there, and you have to change the oil on this regularly, just like your car would. Like I said, this is an engine. Now, I recently noticed that it was making a lot of noise, and upon inspection, I noticed that this unit, the muffler, had shattered in many places. I think what happened is that it vibrated so much that the sheer vibration had loosened 2 screws here. And you can kind of see, I hope I'm able to show you, you can kind of see those holes that you see how that oval looking thing has become so loose that it's also just started to change the contour of it. I hope you can see. I'm not sure, but more than that, look at the crack in this. And this is not something that I did to it. You can't get to this side. It's another housing that covers this. You can see the housing from here. See that? See those things that here. This here is a cover to cover that. So you can't. I can't. There's no way I could have gotten to this to do this. It's just a shaking process. And then here, where the muffler gets attached to the unit, you see how there's a crack there? And look at it, it's shattered again. And yeah, so I'm kind of disappointed that this happened, because what happened is that and here's the part that was attaching it to the actual motor, where the exhaust comes out from. So what happened was that this disappointing part is that when you or anyone buys a generator, they want it for its reliability. This is a backup plan. This is your plan B. If your plan A fails, and so does your plan B fail, I don't know. You know what I mean? This is something that you come to rely on, something that I hope you never need, but if you do, this is something that it requires regular. This ours never goes outside, not a bit of rust on it, never sees the rain, never sees the snow. We never run it on those days. Never sits outside, even with the cover, none of that. We keep it in the garage. It looks almost as new as when we first bought it a few years ago. So for this unit to fail, it was a big deal for me, because I was worried, because the hot air from there comes out and it goes through that pipe and it comes out of here. Without this unit, hot air comes out of here and it goes up here. This yellow that you see, that's the gas tank. If you don't know how hot this gets, be careful though. When your car is running, or after your car is, you've arrived home, try to get close to your kind of close to your exhaust and see how hot that gets, or how hot your exhaust pipe and exhaust unit gets. And this is only this far away from a gas tank. It's not like your car that your gas tank is away from it sometimes, and it's got other kinds of shields from it. So I didn't want to run it because I was worried. And then when we placed an order, and I made a video on that too, Canpar and Perlator don't deliver to rural or country locations. They just dump the package at Canada Post or some other site, and then you have to go get it, which is another 30 kilometers or whatever away. So what I mean is, it's a huge headache to have anything on this fail, and especially since how much we take care of our everything that we have, because when you have limited resources, you take care of everything you have. Not just even before that, you just do take care of your things. Keep it clean, keep it running, maintain it, check it before the season starts. So my rating for this particular generator, Champion 4450 and 3550, is 3 out of 5 stars, because it is noisy. It does vibrate. It obviously broke down. Through no fault of our own. Again, there's no way we could have gotten to it. It's not like I took a hammer to it, because even if I had wanted to take a hammer to it, there's a housing here, everything. It's insane. So 3 out of 5 stars if you're in the market for a affordable generator. I say affordable. I mean I shouldn't have said affordable. I mean basic budget generator. They come in different prices. They come in different fuel capability, fuel, dual fuel, triple fuel, whatever. But I don't have access to those. If you are a company that you want me to test your generator, and I'm here using it, it's not. And this is the season for it, though. I would if you can get it to me now, I can use it, and I would leave an honest review, and that would be based on reliability, cost, how many decibels, the quietness, and um, I suppose user friendliness, because this one has those yank starters like old lawnmowers, which has, by the way, that has failed too. One time we had to get a string for it again. So that's two things that's failed on this so far. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't give it the 3 out of 5 stars, but that's, so I've done that already. So there's three out of five. There are ones that you can press a button on and it would get push start kind of thing. That's better. Those cost more, but I don't know if that means that the whole unit is better or not. This is about $500 Canadian. Is I think what we paid for it, if I remember correctly, a few years ago. Well, hopefully this was helpful to you. If you have any other questions, any comments, whatever, you let me know, and I will answer to you as soon as I can. Take good care.